I think it'd be cooler though if once we bring it to video, if I just built or bought like a really cool throne.
Like yeah.
Like Nero's throne.
Yeah. His palace.
Yeah, because we all know he did nothing wrong.
Nero is our hero.
Just like Christopher Columbus, Nero did nothing wrong.
He's our hero.
Just kidding. We're rolling, by the way. Matt, thanks for coming on again, man.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Appreciate it. He's on Christmas break, they call it. Even out in California, they call it Christmas, you know?
Which is surprising.
You know? Because Christmas, believe it or not, like offends people, you know? Like they're thinking of I heard they're thinking of changing Oh Holy Night. Oh shit, what was the lyric? It was like, oh holy night. They were going to change... Oh, they were going to change holy. They were going to make it into something like that isn't the word holy.
Something not religious.
Because they don't want to offend people with holy.
Wow.
Holy shit. Holy Toledo. Did you hear that new Green Day song?
That's a new Green Day now.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
That came out a couple weeks ago. Check it out.
Oh.
I'd play it on here.
More like a month ago or two. It's been a while.
Yeah, maybe like 2 months.
Yeah. Still new though.
Good song. Dude, they still got it though.
Yeah.
After all these years. Like, they've been doing it so long. There's no way of them ever losing that, you know?
That and they tour every year, right?
I don't know about
nearly every year.
Every year, but they tour a lot.
This past year, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Hella Mega Tour.
Yeah, there it is. Holy Toledo, November 5th.
Yeah, it's like two months ago.
Yeah,
only a month ago.
I heard their BBC sessions. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like waiting on there. 2,000 light years away.
Whoa. Old school songs right there.
Throwbacks, yeah.
Is that like a newer recording or no?
No, it's older.
I figured.
It's like sessions, BBC sessions.
But it's a new release from them.
Yep.
There, I got you.
Now, what's your favorite Green Day album?
Probably 1039, Smooth Outside
Yeah.
Hours.
Dude, I remember when we were young, early high school, maybe even 9th grade. That's when I was really starting to get into Green Day. And at first I thought Dookie was it. I thought maybe that was their first one. Maybe I knew about Kerplunk at that time, but I remember you telling me about 1039, and I was like, oh shit, I never heard of it. And then I listened to it, and I'm like, it really put it in a different perspective. They had not a new drummer, the old drummer, and it was Green Day, you can tell, but in a way it's like a whole different band.
Yeah, something about it is just raw maybe or something.
Because that was 1990, they did that, and now it's 2000, almost 22, and it's it's the same guys, but it's a whole different band, you know? They were 18 or whatever when they probably made that record.
Yeah, and it's catchy, it's good.
It is good. But, John, I always forget his name too.
Kiffmeyer.
John
right?
Kiffmeyer. He was a little sloppy. He's a little sloppy. He wasn't.
I Was There. He wrote that song.
That's a good song, but he's still sloppy.
Yeah, a little more than Trey Cool.
He's not as tight as Trey, but he was in the original lineup of Green Day, so I give him credit for that. Phil, I was gonna ask you what your favorite Green Day record was, but I already automatically know.
You know
what it is.
You know it.
Uno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It was actually Trey.
It was actually Trey?
Yeah.
The album Trey? That's a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, it's Dookie.
Nah, I've never heard that trilogy or whatever it is.
You gotta listen to it. It's really good.
Yeah.
I have it if you wanted to borrow the CDs.
Yeah.
I have all three of them.
I could just stream it.
You can just pirate it, right?
Yeah. Just like you guys pirated the Green Mile years ago.
That's cool. Yeah. Yes, music teacher. It is the Shawshank Redemption.
Pirated.
It's why would we pirate movies? We're 17. How would we even know how to pirate movies at that age?
And who would actually want our discs, Who'd be like, oh dude, I want a disc of the pirated.
I know, it's not like the Green Mile is on TV 2 times a week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even at that age, we were on our smartphones and shit.
I remember the smartphones back then were way smaller. Like
Yeah.
I found a couple of my older ones from probably 8-9 years ago, and they're so little. I actually might have an older one in here.
Yeah, my grandma has the iPhone 4.
Still has
Yeah,
that
they're
one.
Yeah, dude, that thing is like a
So
fucking
small.
nano. Yeah,
But at the time, it was like, but you hold it and you're like, how the fuck did I use this? Like,
yeah,
you're like that, you know? I'm trying to look.
Weird to think.
Ah, it's not in here. It's downstairs. I really want to show it to you guys. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Phil, you are in charge of hosting till I get back.
yeah, man. I mean,
Better.
it started small. As
Yeah.
can be with the shuffle. Like, did
Yeah.
you have a shuffle as a kid?
Like iPod, like the iPod Shuffle,
Yeah.
that little brick.
Yep, and you would have to put it on your computer, upload songs to it.
Yeah, like an MP3 player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had like an iPod of those types. I had like the iPod Touch when that was like still around, but
Yeah.
I
dude.
never had the other kinds.
That was revolutionary.
Yeah, dude, that's weird to think though. Like, cause Josh had my brother. He has an iPhone 5 because it's broke. And
Dude, he's 14. Of course he's broke.
Yeah, that and he never works with us, but one like very similar to that size.
Okay, so this was, I know none of you guys can see it listening, but you guys can. This is like the phone I had when I was maybe like 16.
Jeez.
Look at that. And then this goes way back. This is probably, I got this probably almost 10 years ago. This is the iPod 4.
Dude, yeah.
Because I remember the camera was the big deal, remember?
Right.
Yeah, I played so much Minecraft on this thing.
Yeah.
Nah.
But
Was
like,
it
look
pirated version of Minecraft?
how small.
Yeah.
And this is just your basic, not cheap, but this is your base model
It's a run of the
Samsung.
mill, you know.
That one's smashed up too, man.
Yeah, I don't know how
That's
that
what
happened.
happens. Like Apple's.
Yeah, Apple is
Like
very.
all of my iPhones, that's happened to. You drop it once,
Yeah.
it cracks just a bit. It'll end up like that. Whole
Why-
button.
I told this story. Oh, by the way, you guys might notice a difference in the audio. I got a brand new mic. It's I always get it mixed up. Is Blue the company or is Yeti the company? They call it like a Yeti
I
or
think
something,
it's
right?
The Yeti, yeah.
Blue.
The Blue
Yeah, I don't
Yeti,
know. Yeah, I think it's the Blue Yeti. Yeah.
but it's red.
I think Yeti's the name.
Ooh la la.
Could be wrong now.
But yeah, I got this nice mic, so hopefully it's not too loud.
You're confusing the hell out of everyone. It's a red microphone called the Blue Yeti.
Yeah, I could have chose from blue, but I like the red.
Yeah?
I like red.
I don't blame you, but you're just confusing everyone.
I like red, like the swastika color. What?
Like Republican?
Vote
Like
Republican.
Just like who wore the shirt from Tool? Who wore it?
Danny Carey
Just like Danny Carey, the guy who
is the
I
best drummer.
sort of bear a striking resemblance to.
Best drummer of
Not
all
really.
time. Arguably.
Yeah, I could argue on that.
So Matt, what's it like being home now
Dude, it's been good,
for
man.
little extended periods of time? Get to sleep in. You miss
Yeah.
that traffic going by?
Traffic going by. Dude, it's a lot quieter out there. I'll say it's yeah, I don't know, it's been alright, you know. I've been sleeping weird kind of with the time difference still.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of messed me up. I mean, I can only imagine if you're going to like Rome or something. It's like a whole day
Yeah.
time difference, but it's 3 hours, you know.
Dude, I knew a guy who knit his own blankets and sweaters and go to Rome and sell them, and when he was all out, he came back.
Damn.
Because he'd get more for them over there, you know? They're a little more appreciative of, the arts and
Sweaters.
stuff. You know, Rome, the Roman Coliseum. You ever see that thing?
Yeah, of course.
The thing's sweet, and I can't believe it's still standing.
Of course, dude.
You know?
Like, how old is it though?
It's old. Here, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Dude, this mic is so sensitive. I'm pretty sure that this is picking up you guys, too, plus this.
Oh, yeah, it's probably it.
So if it's loud,
You wanna
guys,
put this-
sorry, just...
Put this mic further over here.
Yeah, if you wanted to move it.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah, we just gotta be aware of the wire there.
How old is Roman Reigns?
What would they
Nobody
do?
wants to know that. How old is it? I thought it said Roman communism.
Except the 13-year-olds, they want to know that.
13-year-olds?
The Roman Coliseum was built... Oh, here it says. Emperor Vespasian, 69 through 79.
I wonder if he did anything wrong.
Oh, they all did, bro.
Yeah.
So
Except for Nero, obviously.
69 through 79 AD. It took them 10 years to build.
So,
All right.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah.
Still standing.
Imagine that when it was like brand new.
Have you guys ever heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah.
Matt, you've heard of that?
Yeah, no.
I've never heard
You
of
heard of it? Okay.
I've heard of skinwalkers before, but
That's
not
not
that.
the same. Let me talk. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
I'm sorry.
That's
Skin-
like those cows that were in the trailer or something, right?
Skinwalker Ranch. I forget what state it's in. It's in like the
Midwest somewhere.
Midwest, maybe more north a little bit. I think it's in like Idaho. Let me look it up.
It's gonna be in one of these random, westernish kind of states.
Yeah.
It's in like a flyover state. It's in Utah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's more west. Midwest, west.
Still
Close-
in that middle
Also
nowhere
close
area.
to Nevada,
Yeah.
so that's the government testing
Yep, so very
state there.
very rural. So there's this plot of land. I think it's like 500 acres. It's a lot. And there's been a lot of people moving in and out of there. Maybe not a ton of people, but enough. And a billionaire, actually, I think back in the 90s, bought it. Robert Bigelow, I think it was. He bought it because he knew of the fucked up shit that was going on there, and he actually bought the land, bought whatever house was on it, because there was actually a house on it, the ranch, and he hired a bunch of scientists, and they all stayed there and just studied this weird shit. But I was watching a YouTube video. By the way, there's this new channel I've been watching. The guy's channel is called Mr. Ballin or Mr. Ballin or something, and he tells like these weird, like mysterious, like stories, and he must memorize them because he just knows it off the top of his head. But he's really, really good, man. Like it's just really well executed, his videos, and it's really interesting. So if you want to check him out, it's Mr. Ballin, Ballen. But I watched his Skinwalker Ranch video, and the main people he was talking about, the whole story, was this one family. And they moved in, and right away, the first day that they moved in, they were moving all their shit into this little farmhouse, middle of this ranch. I mean, surrounded by a big field and then forests. And while they were moving their shit out of the moving truck, in the distance, it was the dad and like his family and daughters and shit. The dad saw this thing like way off out like on the tree line. And it looked like a wolf or a bear, but he couldn't tell. But he wasn't worried because he was like an outdoorsman, and it just didn't really like alarm him that there's an animal there.
Yeah.
So he kept an eye on it, and it got closer and closer, and it kept like weaving, like making all these weird things. And then once it got close enough, he could tell it was like a wolf, but it wasn't like the size of a wolf. Like this thing was like 6 or 7 feet. I forget if they said high or long, but this thing was massive. Like it was the size of almost like a grizzly bear, but it was a wolf.
Right.
And it walked up to this family, and it acted like a dog, like a house dog. And then it walked over to their cows, and there was like a little calf like sticking his head out of the gate, and this thing just totally put the mouth of this calf in its mouth, or the head of this calf in its mouth. And then this guy's like beating the shit out of this wolf monster, and then he's like shooting it and shit, like point blank, because it's eating his fucking livestock. And this thing just like takes it out of its mouth and just walks away. And a bunch of weird shit. And then like there's another story that stood out. He was doing work, like doing fence post digging, and he had this tool that looked like a jackhammer, but at the end, instead of the hammer, it was like an auger. So it basically dug posts for like fences. And like he went inside the house for something, and when he came back, the tool was gone. So he said he was like looking around for this tool, and he couldn't find it. And then he looks, and this like 85-pound tool is strung up in a like 50 feet into a tree.
Yeah,
like,
that's
just,
what I hear. Like stuff misplaced.
Just
People
like
living in.
just thrown. And then one more story. This is all the same family. All this shit is happening to the same people. The father started picking up like that all this fucked up shit was going on. So he started like watching out for his property. And he saw these lights in the forest, and this piece of the forest was where all this weird shit was going into. Like it kept going into this forest. So he like watched out, and one night he saw these lights like either right in front of the tree line or actually inside the forest, and they were just hovering. And he said he saw lights that were just scanning, like almost scanning the ground.
Yeah.
And then he said, I guess from what it was like the account of it, he made the slightest little move, like the slightest move that made the littlest sound, and this thing just like stopped and like turned near him, and then like totally acknowledged that he was there, and then it flew away. Like this is like shit that's actually happened.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
What?
This is shit that's actually happened. It's fucking crazy, and it sounds crazy. Like it sounds like I'm some conspiracy theorist, but like, I mean, if there's been 3-4 families that have moved into this ranch and consecutively all this fucking weird, like almost unreal shit is happening. I don't know what it is, man, but it's centered around aliens.
Dude, I think it was on Joe Rogan I heard from that ranch. That I don't know if it was that family that was living there, but they had cows and all that. They went away for vacation. Like the dude knew, like you said, something was up, so he even like made sure to keep his cows kind of like in their area, kind of tied them all up and everything. And he came back, and of course they were all gone. And they were looking everywhere for him, like around in the forest and all that. But eventually they just opened the one trailer, and they were just inside this trailer.
I heard
just,
that
like,
too.
Packed in.
I heard that story too.
Like,
but
how in the hell?
Damn.
the crazy thing about the trailer story was, I think they walked by that trailer like 100 times, and there was a lock on it. Like it was locked, and it was really like it looked like it hadn't been open in decades. And it was just like impossible for a cow to get into that trailer. It's locked.
Yeah.
A cow cannot unlock a lock. Well,
That's
sure
what
enough, they break it open, and they're all in there. Like almost like they were transported in there, not through the door. It sounds crazy, but like this shit.
Well,
shit happen.
Isn't like Nevada in that area just like known for like
Area 51.
weird alien
Government
shit?
testing.
Have you guys ever heard of Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
I talked about him here on the podcast. If anybody wants to listen to a podcast that's gonna blow your fucking mind, just listen to the episode when Bob Lazar comes on Joe Rogan. And Jeremy Corbell was also the second guest on that episode, because Jeremy Corbell was like a UFO documentary filmmaker. He made like really good shit. And Bob Lazar was on there, and he was employed by Area 51 or another base outside of Area 51, but it was still Area 51. And he just says, like, he just tells you all the shit that he fucking saw, like, in there. Like, he straight up tells you. And there's a lot of controversy around him because people call him a liar. People have threatened his life. Just by him saying this, they call him a liar and stuff. And it's really been really stressful on him. But anyone who can really discern from a shitty person to an honest person, from a liar to somebody who's genuinely telling the truth. If you listen to this episode, nothing about it screams, this guy's bullshitting. You know when somebody's bullshitting, you just know. Nothing about that episode screams like he's lying, he's bullshitting. It's almost like he went on here to just clear his mind, clear his conscience, tell his story. And yeah, so that's arguably one of the best podcasts I've ever heard. So Bob Lazar with Joe Rogan, or just look up anything with Bob Lazar in it. But yeah, that's crazy. Skinwalker Ranch, though. Yeah, let's look. see what they got. Like, see what the land looks like. Okay, so this is like kind of the landscape that we're looking at. So yeah,
Pretty
that's
rocky.
yeah, it's definitely like west. And it's just like 500 acres of just this, you know?
It's like mountainous almost.
Yeah. But yeah, Robert Bigelow bought it back in the 90s. I forget who he was CEO of or what company he started. Here he is, Robert Bigelow. Robert Thomas Bigelow is an American businessman. He owns the hotel chain Budget Suites of America and is the founder of Bigelow Aerospace. Yeah, so this guy's big time, and he was big time in the 90s too. But he was like he was like one of the famous people who bought it.
Yeah.
I want to visit it though now.
Yeah.
See, it's in Gusher, Utah.
Let's throw a podcast there, play a live show.
Dude, imagine one day having the means for me to go there and just do a podcast
What
at
if we had
Skinwalker
a
Ranch.
real life alien as a...
Dude, interview the cows.
Yeah. So you
The
guys,
fuck happened?
Yeah.
you get here. We'll do it like this. So you guys see any weird activity? Just hold the mic up to the cows.
Do you
That's
think,
the
do you think
craziest-
Sam Elliott would like to live there?
Sam Elliott does live there, bro. Have you seen
he's-
Sam Elliott before? He looks like he belongs on Skinwalker. I'm Sam Elliott. I'm Sam
Skinwalker
Elliott.
Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch is for skinwalkers. Walker, Texas Ranger.
Man, the West. What an interesting topic
Yeah.
to make fun of and
The West.
wonder about.
Yeah. There's all parts of the country though that have their own like shit about them that you can make fun of. Like California and the whole West, obviously, there's a lot of things, but like the East Coast,
Crackheads.
just crackheads, meth whores, fucking cats dead in the road. Big diesel trucks that are like 30 years old that are somehow still running.
I don't think the frame's not rotted somehow.
Yeah, it's like dude, I saw a guy with a inspection sticker the one day from 2010.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
How
how do you evade for that long? It's fucking 12 years almost, man.
Yeah.
2010 was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
What are you looking at over there, Matt?
That's the East
There's
Coast.
this is Google Maps review of Skinwalker Ranch. I just see this picture. It's like I saw two skinwalkers. It's just two deer.
Yeah, they're clearly skinwalkers. What is it? What is a skinwalker? I know
I
it's
don't
like a
know.
folklore.
Isn't it supposed to be like a shapeshift of some sort?
It's like an Indian. It's like an American Indian folklore.
I think so. Yeah. So
Let's
like,
see.
because they're like, I don't know.
Yeah,
is it?
Navajo tradition. A skinwalker or Yi Now Belushi
John Belushi?
is a mythological creature that is able to shapeshift into or possess an animal. Huh. So they could take form of, just a deer.
I wish a
man,
guy.
yeah.
I wish Levi would go to Skinwalker Ranch and disappear. Levi.
Nah, or his rims like explode.
If anybody knows a guy named Levi, just stop talking to him because he's not trustworthy.
Nah.
What about the jeans guy? Levi
jeans
Strauss.
I like Levi jeans.
I don't think I ever owned a pair of Levi's. Maybe,
Dude,
but
these are comfortable. What are you guys talking about?
are those Levi's?
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of
They're
thin,
like
kind of thin, bro.
They move around.
Yeah, kind of thin,
Yeah.
bro. You're lacking in the denim.
Lacking
Yeah. Where do you shop? The big and tall section?
the big and tall section.
I remember as a joke one time, it was like 2 Christmases ago. This was when I was like really skinny. This is when I was like 135. And this was around Christmas time, probably like 2 years ago. I went to Lehigh Valley Mall and I was in one of the anchor stores. So one of like Boscov's or whatever, whichever one sells like all the clothes. And I was walking around, and I just decided I wanted to troll like everybody and all the employees. So for like 25 minutes, I stood in the big and tall section just looking at the clothing and holding it up and putting it like that. And dude, there's these shirts that are down to my shins. And I'm like holding it up and I'm looking at it in the mirror. And this like older lady, she worked there. She walked by and she did like a double take and she's like, I think you're in the wrong section. And I'm like, oh, I am? And then I walked away. I thought it was pretty funny. Dude, I was like shopping for these shirts that were like 19 sizes too big for me and probably still are. Shaq. Dude, why is Shaq like involved in everything? Like, dude, he's not even a fucking... Dude, he was a basketball player in the 90s and he's still relevant. Like, all the commercials he's doing... Like, are you fucking serious, dude? You're doing Geico commercials with a lizard? Virgin Geico. That's not even how he talks,
Dude,
but, you know.
I don't know either.
Dude, he's doing Pizza Hut commercials.
I think that's all he can do.
Yeah.
Just make appearances.
He rapped with 311 once, I think.
Did he
Dude,
really?
Yeah, one of their shows, yeah.
Of course he
Damn. Well, there you go.
He's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He can do just about anything, you know?
Yeah, except for starring a movie that's not average, you know?
Except for starring a movie that doesn't have this concept, ready? It takes place in a world. Everything's fine. And then all of a sudden... Is it that fucking bike kid? Dude, I just want to hide behind my car with like a real long like twig that I broke off a tree. And when he goes by, I'll just stick it in his spokes and just watch him go flying.
Don't you hope he gets dust in his eyes and he flips over?
I hope he gets dust in his eyes. But anyways, back to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's in a world. Everything's going fine. Then all of a sudden he's transported into like this fairy tale land, like this jungle. He's always in like forestry. Did you ever notice that in like all these new movies? And he's always flying through the forest on something, you know?
Yeah.
Like a big bird or like a, you know, like a spacecraft.
Yeah.
You know, like a SC, the kids call them.
Yeah.
People call them spacecrafts now, you know?
Yeah.
Matt, you believe in UFOs?
I haven't seen any.
Believe in...
No.
Could that kid please just wreck right
He's
now?
driving a UFO, because I can't tell what that is.
What if that bike was a UFO? And you can just see him ride in the distance like ETEE, just like go up.
You're driving around at night, and you just see his bike take off.
And you see like the exhaust, like the dirty exhaust smoke coming to... It's like, bro, that engine that you hear right now, guys, I'm sorry you have to deal with this stupid fucking retard on this homemade bike. That engine that he put on that bicycle is not made for your 210-pound body. It's not made to haul your fucking ass all around town. That thing is made to power a chainsaw to cut wood. It's not meant for that kind of stress. And it's one gear too, so it's not even like a cool like dirt bike sound. Like it's not like like it's just
Constant.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like the spark plug is just fouled and it's like not even accelerating.
Yeah, it sounds. You know when you like run out of gas on a dirt bike, and just like that sound.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
Dude, we should just... And he keeps those bikes outside of his house too.
Yeah.
We should just pour beer down his gas tank. You just take all the beer that's in my fridge, just pour it in his gas tank.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
His ass tank.
His ass tank. Let's see. Some kidnappings. I see a guy who looks like a substitute teacher I used to have.
Yeah. Was he a good one or not?
I don't know. He was okay. A lot of our substitute teachers were really cool.
Yeah.
We had a substitute teacher. We called him Mr. G. I'm not going to say his real last name, but we called him Mr. G. He recently passed.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, he was cool as hell, though. He did not give a fuck. I think he was like a tennis coach or something. He did something with like girls' sports.
Cross-country.
Cross-country, tennis, you know. Whatever. All the same shit. But, dude, he would fill in for subs, like, I don't know, a couple times a week we'd see him. and you would walk in class and see Mr. G, and you're like, we ain't doing shit today. And he knew it, and I knew it, and we'd sit down, and we could just, like, fuck off in there. Like, just do anything.
Yeah, within the seconds, when you walk in, your perspective of the day just changes.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to do whatever fuck I want today. In this class, at least.
Life is now good.
For the next 30 to 40 minutes, however long a class period lasts. I
remember how long, like, class used to seem. But then, like, if Devin was in the class, it would just go, like, insanely quick. Because he just had him arguing with, like, every teacher. Remember that, Matt?
Yeah, man.
Dude, there was times when, like, a teacher would literally seek out Devin and, like, instigate an argument. We know who we're talking about.
The perfect storm was economics class.
It was, because you had Devin, who's this right-wing, libertarian kind of kid, and we had teachers who were definitely, like, liberal, and then we're in an economics class. Like, so much room to debate shit, and then this teacher would, like, literally instigate the argument. So, like, class would start, he'd shut the door, he'd go like this, he'd sit down, he'd look at all of us for, like, a minute, and then he'd go, so, Devin, what do you think about Aleppo? Or, like, something stupid like that. And
then Devin would do...
yeah, then he would go like this. He'd sit there like Donald Trump. He'd sit there like that. That was the best shit ever, man.
And then you would know, and his point, like, his eyebrows kind of raise when he looks up. Like, you know, he has his point ready to go.
Who, Devin?
Loaded up. Yeah, he kind of, like, a little smirk on his face.
Yeah.
And then slowly his head would rise.
And then at that point, like, our teacher knew, like, I got him.
Yeah.
Like, I reeled him in. Dude, just mention anything, like, semi-controversial, and Devin is down your fucking throat, you know?
Yeah.
Like, telling you you're a fucking communist and shit. You're a low-life commie. I heard him call this girl a low-life commie once.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, she's, like, 7 years old.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's the Devin lifestyle, though.
Dude, I saw him walk out of his house one time with a fucking white robe on and a halo.
Yeah.
Dude, did you hear they're coming out with a new Halo game? Or
yeah,
it came out already?
Oh,
did you play it?
I didn't play the campaign, but the multiplayer is really good.
How are the graphics on it?
Good. It's kind of just like regular Halo. Like, it's nothing crazy.
When was the last Halo? What was the last Halo game?
Halo 5.
What year did that come out?
I think like 2017 or 18 or something.
It wasn't that long ago, then. Yeah. 2-3 years ago.
2015.
2015.
No, damn.
Halo 5 Guardians.
So
I know nothing about...
high school. It's surprising.
I know nothing about video games, by the way, so... Except Red Dead Redemption. Me and Dylan used to play that. And, like, we would do nothing. Like, we'd do, like, no missions or whatever you call them. We would just, like... find like the most highest powered like gun and hide in the trees, and then when like a regular person would drive by, we'd shoot them. And then, I don't know if it was a glitch in the game or if like it was on purpose, but if you shot somebody off their horse, they'd fly off their horse, but their leg would stay caught in like a rope on the horse. And the horse would get scared and run real fast, and this dead guy was just dragging. And me and Dylan being, 14, 15, we thought that was the funniest shit ever, Then there was a gun in that game. I don't know which game it was, if it was the first Red Dead Redemption or the, whatever that zombie one. Remember they had like a zombie?
Yeah, the Undead or whatever.
Oh, Undead Nightmare.
Undead Nightmare.
I don't know which game it was. It might have even been both games, but there was this gun, and it basically, you shot somebody with it, and it, on impact, it exploded. So if you shot somebody with it in the game, their whole fucking body would just explode. We thought that was hilarious too,
Yeah, man, just fucking around in those games is the best.
So
Saints Row, remember that?
Yeah. Whatever happened to that game?
I don't know. They just put it out actually for the Nintendo Switch, you know, the handheld Nintendo.
Yeah.
They just put those games out for that, but...
The Nintendo Switch is basically just the modern PSP.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know? The PSP was like shitty, wasn't it?
Yeah. Switch is much better though. Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Well, you have
I've played it a few times. Seemed cool.
the PSP.
No, the Switch.
Did you ever have a PSP, or are you probably too young?
Nah, never had one.
Did you ever have it?
Yep. Oh yeah. I had like all the different versions. My stepbrother more so. He had like the original PlayStation Portable.
Yeah.
And they were cool, you know, but it didn't have a lot of games.
GameCube portable. What if GameCube made like a portable version of their console?
Dude, that's the Switch.
Discs are small, so it makes sense.
It's the Switch,
I'm
basically.
sure someone would.
They bring back a bunch of Nintendo GameCube, like old Zelda games,
Yeah.
Mario 64, all that stuff.
Yeah, because they released that compilation a while back.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all the 3D ones.
Yeah.
So Matt, when you first went out to California, you flew out there for the first day. You're there for however many hours, 1, 2, 3 hours. What was the first thing you saw that made you go like, I'm in a whole different fucking world here?
Dude, that's hilarious you bring that up because, yeah, I mean, it was San Francisco.
Of course
right
it was.
in the city. Haight-Ashbury is a pretty eccentric part of the city. I just wanted to visit it, walk up and down the street there. And yeah, dude, I mean, we parked. I walked like a block up, dude. Immediately, just 2 naked dudes walking down the street.
Oh, yeah.
Just wang out and everything.
Yeah, you'll get that.
Like, no regards.
Wang party, I call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wang chung.
Wang
Yeah,
chung.
if you're what is it, the chicken joke
What is it?
about like the Kung Pao chicken if it ain't like chicken or something?
Oh, should I tell Matt that?
Yeah.
The other day, me and Phil, we were joking. I forget how it led into the joke, but Kung Pao chicken came up in the joke, right? Or in the conversation.
Yeah.
We were talking about chicken, and then it turned into Kung Pao chicken, which, if you don't know, is a Chinese dish. And basically, it's just poultry with like a bunch of this sweet sauce on it. And then I told Phil, I said, if there's no kung in your pao, then it ain't chicken.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, no.
And
It's true.
I never said anything more like philosophical, whatever, than that. If there's no kung in your pao, then it ain't chicken.
There you go.
Honestly, yeah, you just can't have one without the other,
You know?
I would say.
If you show up with pao chicken, fuck you.
It's
You
just
know?
not the same.
Or kung chicken, that shit sounds like a goddamn...
Disease.
Yeah, that shit sounds
Dung.
like a goddamn fucking furry, you know? Some
Yeah.
furry would name themselves.
Sounds
Yeah.
like dung.
Furry. Dude, do you know that the furries actually have their own conventions?
Yeah. You know what else I realized?
See how much of a distraction he is? Like, we're trying to talk, and just this kid's just like... This, like, fucking, like, big doofus kid is just on this bike. I'm trying so hard not to go into a full-on rant about that fucking kid. I hope he just crashes. I hope a UPS truck just fucking hits him head on and like keeps going.
And that his leg gets caught on it, and then he drags with it.
I just want to shoot that kid with a blunderbuss.
Here, there's a tree over there, right? You can hide in the tree with your blunderbuss, and then Red Dead Redemption in real life.
I want to see the UPS driver like see that kid in the road and like take out his blunderbuss from the back of the UPS truck and just shoot him and keep driving. He just throws him in the back like Jeepers Creepers, you know?
The shot that changed the world.
Yeah, the shot that changed George Street, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, and like, I'm sure like nobody around here likes that kid.
Nah.
It's like, fucking save up like $2,000 and buy a car. Like,
Yeah.
once you buy a car, all that stupid engine shit, just all that like silly bike engine shit goes away.
Till you get a DUI.
Yeah, till you get a DUI. But yeah, once you buy a car, the interest in dirt bikes and BMX bikes, that shit all goes away.
Yeah.
Because you got a fucking car now. You can go to Philly if you wanted, you know. You can't ride a bike to Philly.
Yeah, unless you're, you know.
You'll get fucking carjacked, or you'll get bike jacked.
Yeah.
You know? You'll get BJ'd. You know?
Yeah, you will.
So 2 naked dudes in San Francisco.
Yeah, man.
Were they BJ'd?
Probably. I mean, I feel like they were just normal guys the next day, you know? They probably went to their fucking accounting job or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just walking, sun shining on their dicks.
God damn.
That's how it goes out there, I guess.
That's fucking nasty. I call that tiger lily, you know?
Tiger Lily.
Tiger lily.
You got a name for everything.
I guess. I just make them up as I go.
Yeah, you're good at organizing things, you know.
San Francisco, I think the only reason San Francisco is as popular as it is solely because of the show Full House.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why anybody goes, because, like, why else go? Like, you got the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, well, you lived there for 2 weeks and you're tired of the fucking thing already.
Dude, there's a lot of carjackings nowadays there.
On the Golden Gate Bridge?
Just in San Francisco, because they don't, cops don't detain if it's like under $900 or something.
That is ridiculous.
Hey, you can't really get in trouble. Stores and everything, you know?
That is so fucking ridiculous.
Which
like,
some guy actually in his store made everything $900 and over, or like whatever the price is. And then if you bring it to the counter, you get like a coupon that brings it back down to the regular price.
That is so fucking stupid. Like, you can literally go out, break the law, steal shit, break shit, and if it's not under $900, you're good. Go home.
Yeah, pretty much.
What a fucked up
really?
fucking area, man.
I never tried it, but...
Dude, the government in California, just the politics is so sleazy.
Yeah,
It's just greasy and grimy, you know, like Gavin Newsom and guys like that, you know, like Gavin Newsom's a fucking piece of shit. He's the governor of California, right? He's involved in California some way. But yeah, man, the politics are just grimy, man.
Yeah.
You know, just like last week we were talking about LA, you know, I mean, look at just the shape LA is in with the overpopulation and the smog and the fucking homeless problem. I don't know why anybody would want to live there.
Yeah, man, this is nuts.
No, like if I saw that and if I'm looking for a place to live and I see all that shit, like I wouldn't want to fucking live there.
No.
You know, you're breathing in fucking toxic fumes every day. You're walking over homeless people and you can't even get out of your own city if you wanted to. And your 1-bedroom apartment is $4,000 in rent. Why the fuck would I pay $4,000 to breathe in pollution every day of my life? Right?
Exactly, yeah.
You can live in PA and pay $800 for an apartment and just have to deal with diesel truck guys.
Yeah.
You know?
In winter.
In the winter, yeah.
Not recently, though.
The winter's hit or miss, though, around here. Because I remember, like, 2 years ago, there was, like, nothing. Like, no snow, no nothing. And then last year was a little worse. But it's hit or miss around here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, some days it'll be like 50-something on Christmas.
I wish Jesus Christ would just do away with wintertime, though.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I just fucking hate everything about it. You know, like as a kid, you like it because you get off school and the snow. But, like, when you're an adult, like, it just holds you up. The snow just fucking...
We can always accelerate it. Just, like, go out with aerosol cans and diesel trucks.
Yeah, diesel trucks.
Just spray into the air.
It's like all these fucking guys with these big trucks, you know, it's like... You know... They tell you how much they love snow plowing, but then they're, like, driving their diesel every day. And it's like, dude, in 5 years, you're not going to have to snow plow, you know? Like, it's not even going to fucking snow. Yeah, I don't know, though. The global warming is just such a weird argument, you know? Like, it's fairly obvious that it's happening. And people make it a religious argument, people make it a political argument, but it shouldn't be anything, I don't think. It should be, as human beings, being able to see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not 100% because of human beings, but we are the main reason it's accelerating. And a lot of people have said, a lot of scientists have said, like, if we don't make a change soon with something, you know, in 12 years or whatever, there's going to be irreparable damage, you know? So, yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird how people will fight over something that's so obvious. You know, that's like you and me having an argument about whether or not this mic is red. You know, like, it's blatantly obvious it is. Why argue?
Yeah.
Why, like...
Seems like everything has to be an argument now.
Well,
you have to pick sides. You can't just think for yourself or...
Everything has to be
know.
left or right. You know,
Yeah.
black or white, up or
Everything's
down.
an argument.
You know, God forbid you're in the middle. Everything's got to be, lately it's been vaccinated versus unvaccinated.
Yeah, that was weird how that got all, like, political.
That got political so
Day
quick.
one. Day one.
So quick. Because now if you have the vaccine, you're like revered almost by your peers and by the government. Oh, you're doing such a good thing. You're saving people. But God forbid if you don't want to get the vaccine, which I believe if you don't want to, you shouldn't be forced to. Not in this country. If you're forced to in this country, we are in serious shit. But if you're not vaccinated, then you're some sort of murderer. You're irresponsible. You're a bad human being. Like, look what happened to Aaron Rodgers. There was a whole thing. The media made it look like he was just being defiant. And he was just saying, oh, I'm not going to get the vaccine. But in reality, he was allergic to one of the ingredients in the vaccine. So if he takes the vaccine, he can die. The media won't tell you that. They'll just show you Aaron Rodgers doesn't want the vaccine.
Yeah, pick and choose their words. And
dude, I despise the media with all my fucking soul, man. The media is not what it was when Walter Cronkite was delivering the news to you in the 60s. It wasn't just reading things for what they are, whether it's left or right. It's just so fucking skewed, and it's so obvious, man. It's so blatantly obvious. And then, have you seen the compilations on YouTube or whatever of the Pfizer ads for these big news media, like corporations, so like CNN and all these big things? There's just like ad after ad that's brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you by Pfizer. And then, ironically enough, these are the people who are pushing the vaccine on you. It's like, yeah, because Pfizer's paying your fucking bills. They're sponsoring you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man.
yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. Everything's
Well, they
biased.
just did away with the masks in school recently, right, Phil? I mean, you would know.
They
You're
brought
still
it
in school.
back.
They brought them back already. Wow, that
Yeah.
was quick.
Yeah, we had a week.
Just a week. Was it just your school that decided to bring it back, or is it government?
Some of them don't have them. Some of them do.
That whole thing.
I think it was just Easton and Bangor that did the masks, because all the other ones, because Penardville doesn't, right?
I don't know.
I know Nazareth doesn't.
Yo, Nazareth is its own fucking government there.
Nazareth doesn't even. They didn't bother with that. But I know Bangor did.
But I was getting scared there for a while when there was talk of like mandating the vaccine. That was really. I was really questioning. Honestly, I was really questioning our country. Like, I was like, this is land of the free, but you're not free. We like to walk around and say that we're a free country, but our president is mandating us, twisting our arm to get a vaccine that we may not want.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not free will.
We should have the fucking choice. Stop with this whole, you're a murderer thing. It's your responsibility. Look, if somebody doesn't want to do something, don't make them do it. Don't make them fucking do it. Especially if they're an adult. And this whole vaccine pushing on children, that is really weird.
That's fucked.
That's really weird. I mean, if you look at the amount of deaths from COVID in children, you're pushing the vaccine on 4-year-olds when you should really be not pushing the vaccine, but you should really be considering older people who really need it, who have compromised immune system. I mean, fuck the vaccine. Like, we should be talking about health here. We should be talking about taking care of yourself naturally, taking vitamins, vitamin D, eating good, exercising a lot, getting out in the sun, because natural vitamin D is the best for you, and it helps your immune system. Nobody's talking about getting healthy on your own accord. It's all about, you need the vaccine, safe and effective, which I'm sure for the most part it is. But these weird little spin-off cases of, this 19-year-old girl had like some bad reaction to the vaccine, and it ended up she needed a heart transplant for something, and she fucking died. And that's happened a bunch of times with like younger people. Safe and effective to a degree. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to react to it different. But don't pretend like it's either this or die. Because it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at the fucking Black Plague that they had in 1300s, 1400s?
Yeah.
That went on for... I can't say. That went on for a couple years.
Yeah.
And...
I keep thinking 3 years that
they didn't have modern medicine back then. And that was 10 times as fucking worse. That makes COVID look like a cold.
Yeah.
And they made it through with no vaccine.
No, nothing. They kind of just camped it out.
I still can't believe this is still such a big fucking deal. I mean, I get it's a big deal. People are still getting sick and dying. Not saying that, and I'm not discrediting that. I'm sorry for all the people that's happened to. But things only last as long as we'll let them last. So if we keep reiterating and keep bringing this up and keep making it a big deal, this is never going to go away. This is never going to go away.
Yeah.
If I fall down right now and hurt my knee, and all I do for a whole week is complain, ow, my knee fucking hurts, and then bitch and complain about it, it's only going to make it worse in a way,
Yeah.
Our own worst enemy, I think, is ourselves. This country's worst enemy is its own people, I think. Besides foreign threats like terrorism and nukes and missiles and
of course.
Kim Jong-un, I think a lot of our worst enemy is ourselves. The division in the country.
Yeah. I would have to agree with that.
It's weird.
Yeah, because every holiday comes around, it's just going to be the new strain of the month or whatever.
Just a new strain, booster. It's weird.
Yeah. How long has all this been going on now? I forget.
It's going on 2 years, I think. Because I remember 2020, early on, March, is when it really hit America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing on TV, there's 19 confirmed cases in America. 19.
Yeah, just that.
Remember
I remember
that?
getting really worried, and then we're going on 2 years.
Yeah, that's weird to think.
Now it's millions.
Just gotta ride it out, man.
Yeah.
We gotta ride it out. Look, if people in Europe could ride out the fucking Black Plague, we could ride out COVID.
Look. The name the Black Plague sounds a lot scarier and cooler, in my opinion, than COVID.
Not so cool when you're fucking in the street in the gutter, puking blood up. It's not so cool then.
But it sounds scarier.
It does sound.
Yeah.
It
sounds more
cool.
threatening.
The name is cool. It's a badass name, no doubt.
Yeah, but
you're not gonna think it's badass when you're puking out your own lung,
Yeah, the right one, not the left one.
Dude, I heard that plague killed
a third of Europe.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
That is a lot of fucking people.
Yeah. In the Middle Ages, too.
I wonder if Jesus got it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know. We could ask him.
See, like, he wouldn't be scared of nothing because he's Jesus. So, like, if he gets COVID, you know, like, who the hell is COVID? You know? I forget her name, you know?
Yeah.
COVID.
The cheese touch.
The cheese touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to the vaccines, it's just pushing it on the kids that's really where it got weird.
Yeah.
Because children, especially, it's like...
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of...
If you look at the numbers, you'll know that the kids are the population that is dying the least from it. People our age are dying the least from it. It's people who are older, people who have pre-existing conditions, health conditions, people who are not healthy, people who are overweight, people who are 500 pounds, you know, people who are smokers. It's just weird pushing it on kids.
Yeah.
But I'm done talking about it because I'm kind of tired of it. COVID doesn't exist. It's a myth. I'm just kidding.
Is Sam Elliott a myth?
Let's look up Sam Elliott. Matt, do you know who Sam Elliott is?
Yeah, he's the NFL. He's in the NFL, right?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
He's
the actor who like always plays a cowboy.
Oh yeah. He's in like that ranch.
Sam Elliott.
In, the Big Lebowski. That's
this guy.
Was he?
Exists, you know.
Sam Elliott. That's what he sounds like too. And he looks like an old pillow. Like he looks like a pillowcase that hasn't been washed since 2009. Dude, he shaved his mustache off. Whoa. He kind of looks like Jeffrey Epstein a little bit. Look, Jeffrey Epstein, look. Badung. There's no way that's Sam Elliott. It doesn't even look like the same guy without the mustache. That's crazy. That's silly talk, Sam Elliott. I'm going to have Sam Elliott on the podcast and just have him breathe on Phil.
The whole time.
I'm going to have him rub his mustache against your nose.
Yeah, there he is with the mustache.
Why does he look like the Lorax?
Save the trees!
The Lorax.
More like the Thorax. I don't even know what that is. But, yeah, this is Sam Elliott.
Yeah, he exists. That is for sure.
He does. Thank God.
Here's what's weird, though. His mustache is, like, gray, just like his hair.
Why does he look, though, like he's constantly got sour candy in his mouth?
Yeah.
He looks like he's, he looks like he's wincing at something.
Yeah. Like, his eyebrows are a complete different color from everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just odd to me, you know?
Have you guys ever heard... I know I was talking to you about this the other day, Phil, but Matt, have you ever heard of something called the Black Paintings?
Is that dude who committed suicide? He had those huge black canvases or whatever?
I don't think so.
It might not be that. Yeah, I don't think so.
This was a series of paintings. Let me look up the name of the author.
It's like Mark Rothko or something.
Not author, but the artist. Okay. So the artist was Francisco Goya. So he was from Spain. Oh. These were in the 1800s. And it was a series of these paintings that he did that were really dark and really bleak. Disturbing almost. And when he started, when he was a younger guy, he did a lot of like these almost Renaissance-like paintings. Like these real happy paintings. Yeah. You know, bright skies, bright green trees. But as he got older, he started losing his mind. Like, he started getting sick, and he started to, like, detest, like, society. Mm-hmm. And so he bought this little house, and he was, like, in there alone, like, all the time. And on the walls of this house, he did these 12 paintings or 14 paintings. with no intention of ever showing anybody. It was just solely for him on the fucking walls of his rooms.
Jesus.
So,
Yeah, have some here.
here's a cup. Here, I got it here, Matt. Bigger screen. So it's stuff like this, like really weird shit. I watched a video on it. This was the one I showed Phil. Have you ever heard of this? Can I zoom in? Matt, how do I zoom in?
No, you.
Dude, that's pretty nuts. I gotta see it good though.
Okay, so this is Saturn. I forget what era he's from. It might have even been like Greek mythology. But Saturn was some sort of emperor or ruler. And the story goes that Saturn had this prophecy come to him that one of his sons was to grow up and overthrow his power. So he took all his newborn sons and ate them and devoured them because of this prophecy. So this is Francisco Goya's take on it, and it's just really disturbing. And he just did all these weird paintings here. There should be a couple more. He did shit like that. This is a dog trapped in mud and just like a bleak sky. Just really bleak artwork.
Yeah, man.
And I forget how many paintings were in
There's a close-up of the Saturn.
the series, but it was really weird shit. I watched a video, so if anybody's curious, just look up on YouTube the black paintings. This guy will be able to give you a way better history lesson. But it's really cool. There was 2 takes taken on the Saturn, because that art piece it's literally called Saturn Devours His Son. And there's 2 takes on it. Francisco Goya's take was pretty weird, but I did see another one that is way more creepy than his, and this is the one. So this is the same story, but it's more realistic painting, and it's just the same fucked up shit. This guy Saturn is eating his son because he doesn't want his son to overthrow him.
Yeah, that's nuts.
If you've seen the paintings though, man, from the past, some of them are just like unreal. You know, some of them are just crazy.
Yeah,
what they could
just locked away in this little room.
What they could do back then. And Francisco Goya would literally, it's not like he took a canvas and he thought of an idea and he did it and then he sold it. Like, he literally sat in his house and did this on his walls and intended nobody to see it.
Yeah, just
for
on
him.
a whim, pretty much.
Just for him to live there, look at that.
That's like me writing like a Bohemian Rhapsody like song and never releasing it. It's just like, wow.
Why?
Yeah, what just starts it? Yeah, like,
my goals are beyond your comprehension, you know. Did I want to talk about anything else? Was there anything we thought of over the week that we wanted to talk about?
Nah, not
This was totally not planned, this whole episode. This is just going off of...
going.
It's the best ones.
I didn't find any articles or nothing.
We are an hour and almost an hour and 5 minutes in.
An hour and 5 minutes?
No clipping, no nothing.
Nice.
Mics sound good.
With 2 mics
Don't
going.
Hope you guys like the new mic sound. Now Phil has his own mic. He's moving up in the podcast in his job.
Podcasting world. I have moved up.
I pay him $3,000 a week, and he shows up, and he just sits here
On time.
and lets me bully him.
Yeah.
Bullying, man. Remember those anti-bullying assemblies we used to have?
Yeah.
I remember those.
And it's like, we can stop bullying. And it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You know how many people are on this planet? Like, are you going to stop bullying in high school? Are you going to stop bullying in middle school? Are you going to stop bullying in the workplace? Because there's people who work in offices who, you know, one lady who's higher up than the other lady bullies her because she has more money and power. That's bullying too. You gonna stop that?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go into every office or every building on Earth and physically tell them no to stop? You know? You're not gonna stop it. It's not good. Believe me, it's not good. You know, there's
It's
people.
just gonna happen no matter what.
There's people that I
Yeah.
didn't treat real nice in, you know, the past, but I think it's really important, man. Not bullying, but I think it's really important for somebody to have some sort of adversity in their life, like some sort of moment that makes them feel bad.
It's like an ego drain or something.
Not only that, but almost like a motivation to not ever have that feeling again. You know, like if somebody calls you a fucking nerd, you know, because you're real skinny and, you know, you wear, you know, dress clothes every day with the typical pen in the shirt pocket, and these kids call you nerds every day and they push you around, like, might motivate you to, I don't know, like, change, you know, for the better. You know, start lifting, start working out, maybe change your clothes. And then in 6 months or a year, you can beat the shit out of that kid, you know? You can beat the shit out of that bully.
Well, even especially for, like, artists and all that. A lot of times that'll make a really good artist, you know? Which sucks, but yeah, pain sometimes.
Yep, any form of uncomfortable times in somebody's life or any form of adversity is good if you can recognize it and try to move up from that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't like rejection, which nobody likes rejection, and I'm talking about rejection very broadly. Rejection from a job, rejection from a friend or a girl, whatever rejection you have, that's not a good feeling, and you should work to not have that feeling again, you know? Yeah. So I think some sort of adversity is good for people. I think COVID is really going to teach us to appreciate one another, to appreciate our freedoms, to appreciate our time with loved ones, and to appreciate our freedoms. I mean, I know I already said freedoms, but this is a time now where I really, really miss the days where this just, you didn't even know it was coming, you know? Like, if you look back and when we were teenagers and whatever, 7-8 years ago, like, we had no clue something like this was coming, you know? How can you?
Yeah, there's no way.
How can you? Unless you're, you know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Or if your name is Sam Elliott.
Yeah. This is Sam Elliott, and you're all gonna die. Goodbye. Alright, we'll end it there.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm feeling a bit tired.
Yeah.
Plus I gotta pee. So, alright, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, yeah.